It is Wednesday, right smack dab in the middle of the week, but almost the end of the month, 26th day of February, 2025. I'm Dan Koontz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're in for a beautiful stretch of weather. All that crazy stuff that happened on Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday, we're done with it. High pressure over the Great Plains is going to set up, and it's going to kind of keep all the inclement weather away. Quite a bit of bountiful sunshine for everybody. Early morning fog in some locations, especially out in the Columbia Basin. The recipe for some pretty dense fog is about what exactly it should be. So you folks out in the Columbia Basin, you're going to be dealing with some fog. It'll burn off. Days are getting longer. Sun is spending more time up in the sky at a higher angle. We like all of that stuff. We're going to go over the 11-hour mark of daylight this weekend, just in time for March. Yeah, we're in for a nice stretch of weather, all that crazy stuff. So we deserved a break from all that weather, and we're going to get it. Forecast details are coming up, and the wind never really developed yesterday. It was supposed to be quite breezy yesterday afternoon. It was at times. I think we had a gust at Pangborn measured at about 21 miles an hour, but it was supposed to be very windy yesterday, and it didn't quite happen. Anyway, all the weather you're going to like, and if weather can be boring, and I'm all for that, we're in for that. Coming up, we got news. We got quite a bit of sports. Mariners are scoring a lot of runs in Cactus League play, but those games don't count. Late next month, when they start playing games that do count, we want to take that offense with us. They took it to the Dodgers yesterday. Good night for the Gonzaga men, not so much for the Washington men. They've had a tough go in their first season in the Big Ten Conference. They're not going to even make the Big Ten tournament. Almost every team does, but they're not going to make it. We got all of that stuff, plus we'll preview some Wenatchee Wild action as well. And in the back half of the program, you're going to meet a lovely young lady that I had a chance to meet yesterday. Her name is Georgia Davenport. She is the Chelan County Rodeo Queen, the second ever. They have the ambassadors for the Chelan County Fair, but last year they decided that they were going to have a rodeo queen as well, and they have one. And you're going to meet Georgia in the back half of the program, and for a good reason, because this Saturday night at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, they're going to have a banquet, silent auction, dinner, live auction, silent auction, $25 a ticket, and all of it's going to help defray the costs that she has to incur out representing the Chelan County Fair Rodeo. So Georgia will be my guest in the back half of the program. Just one slide to show for you today. We had 5 yesterday. Nothing really. Pretty quiet, very dry. It's going to warm up. We're going to see most of our temperatures at or above normal. As the high pressure ridge sets up, the days are getting longer. The overnight lows are going to be about normal. The afternoon highs are going to start creeping up above normal. Remember, we had 20 consecutive days earlier in this month without ever getting to our daily high normal temperature. Not going to be an issue anymore. Overnight lows a little chilly, but they're actually normal this time of the year because we're going to have clear skies. There won't be any blanket, so it's going to be dry and warm and quite pleasant. With the exception of perhaps Sunday, we could see a little shortwave that's going to keep the clouds pretty low to the ground on Sunday. Outside of that, just passing high clouds, quite a bit of sunshine. We are looking good, and that's the forecast really right through the middle part of next week. In fact, here is the forecast in detail. How about sunshine today? Pretty much all day long. High of 46. That's exactly our normal high temperature. It was 51 yesterday. By the way, sunrise this morning 6:46, sunset this afternoon 5:42, 10 hours and 56 minutes of daylight. We'll have over 11 hours of daylight by the time the weekend comes. Lots of sunshine Thursday, just a few high clouds, high of 49. Sunshine Friday 51, sunshine Saturday 53. Great start to March, because March is, after all, Saturday. A few clouds on Sunday, at least in the afternoon hours, might spill over into Monday. So we'll call it mostly cloudy Sunday and a high of 52, partly sunny on Monday with a high of 51, and sunshine returns on Tuesday with maybe just quiet weather. There's just really not a lot to talk about. We like that. All that crazy stuff is done for the time being. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we have news and a lot of it. You're watching a Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Central Washington Water is your solution for problem water. Whether you're on a well or municipal water, they can design a clean water system custom to you. Soft water eliminates water spots and scaling on fixtures. It protects appliances from hard water damage, saving you money. Soft water reduces soap usage that causes skin irritation and is a healthier choice to drink. Call for a free in-home consultation or stop by the store to have your water tested. Central Washington Water, your best water solution for home, pool, and spa.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour. 34 degrees, clear skies, bountiful sunshine today. Afternoon high right around normal, right around 46 or 47. Temperatures a little above normal with lots of sunshine with just a few passing high clouds right for the next 6 or 7 days. Anyway, it's 7 minutes after the hour. The city of Wenatchee says the bill to fix that stormwater pipe that was damaged in that fire 3 weeks ago, well, and they say it's going to cost about $260,000 to get it fixed. The fire back on February 3rd, it torched and melted the plastic interior of a drain pipe that was running from Holly Street under the Apple Capitol Loop Trail. It's believed to have been started by a homeless person who was taking shelter in the culvert. Under an emergency repair agreement, the city would pay $259,300 to J&K Earthworks to replace the damaged 72-inch pipe and rebuild the outlet where stormwater flows into the Columbia River. The Wenatchee City Council will vote tomorrow night on whether to approve that contract. The repair work is expected to start on March 3rd. It'll take about 4 weeks to get done. A second suspect arrested in last summer's net nanny operation by state police has pleaded guilty to a prostitution charge. 50-year-old Mark Allen Ashmore of East Wenatchee entered a plea in Douglas County Court on Monday to second-degree promoting prostitution and agreed to seek out alcoholism and sex offender treatment before he is sentenced 6 months from now. Ashmore was one of a dozen men who were arrested last July in a Washington State Patrol operation that used false online accounts to pose as minors and offer sex for money. Police say Ashmore responded to one such solicitation and was charged with 3 counts of communicating with a minor for immoral purposes. Prosecutors agreed to withdraw these sex crime charges if he completes treatment. By the end of August, another East Wenatchee defendant, Jacob Ryan C., he pled guilty earlier this month to attempted indecent liberties and immoral communications. 10 other suspects still face trial in Chelan and Douglas counties. The Chelan County Board of Commissioners says it will draft a letter to respond to federal layoffs after former Forest Service employees and Valley residents brought up concerns at Monday's meeting. Roughly 10% of the U.S. Forest Service's workforce was cut over President's Day as part of the Trump administration's ongoing efforts to reduce the federal workforce. According to our media partner, the Wenatchee World, concerned citizens at the Monday meeting urged commissioners to uncover the impact these financial layoffs would have on the county. The commissioners agreed to draft a letter to the U.S. government seeking those answers.
Well, I agree with my 2 co-commissioners as well. I believe that a letter of support would probably be appropriate in a situation like this. It's not typical to take a resolution from the public and adopt any piece, part, or all of it, especially if it hasn't gone through the legal check as well. So at this point, we will push pause on a resolution number 1 and consider a letter number 2 in support for the federal workers in our communities, because we know that it does impact the communities greatly.
A seat on the Eastmont School Board is going to open up this year after a board member announced Monday night he will not seek re-election. Jacob Burkhart told his fellow board members he will not seek another term during their February 24th board meeting. He didn't say why he wasn't going to run again. Burkhart secured his spot on the board after he ran unopposed in the November 2023 general election. His seat is a 2-year at-large position. The filing period to declare a candidacy for the position will begin on May 5th. Fish and Wildlife Police are seeking those responsible for a pair of poached deer that were found shot just north of Wenatchee. The 2 mule deer does were found February 4th at the public shooting range in Swakane Canyon. Both animals have been shot dead and left to waste. The Department of Fish and Wildlife says anybody with information about the incident is asked to contact its enforcement office. The easiest method to do so is to text TIP 411. You can share information, you can share photos. Tips that lead to an arrest may yield a cash reward or bonus points for special permit hunting opportunities. The makerspace inside the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center has been the site of an adult 3D printing course for the last few Saturdays. The course is a series of 5 classes, and it prepares its graduates to volunteer with the Kashmir-based Eastside Rebuild. The class's instructor is a retired Boeing engineer. His name is Mark Van Horn, who spoke to us about the goals of the course and how it all got started.
My wife actually did some work here teaching classes in the summer, and the museum had a volunteer appreciation event, and they passed around a sign-up sheet for people that are interested in doing things, and one of the things on the list was doing 3D printing in the makerspace, so I signed up, and a couple weeks later somebody called me, and so I had already developed a proposal for a course, and I worked with Jamie Johnson here on that, and they liked it, and it kind of started from there, and then we bought the machines, and I put together the curriculum, and we advertised it, and got a class call. So Eastside Rebuild is a organization in Kashmir, and one of the things they do, the first Wednesday of every month, they have a thing called a repair cafe, and so people in the community can bring in things that are broken. It can be any household item. They bring in apparel, and they have people with sewing machines. If you got a toaster or something like that that doesn't work, there's people that can do soldering and fix electrical stuff. So they wanted to add 3D printing as one of their capabilities. And so the guy that runs it came to my Rotary Club about a year ago and talked about what they do, and they mentioned 3D printing. So I spoke with them and said I'd be willing to help them get going. So I helped them pick the machine. So I went out there last fall and taught this same class to 4 of the people that are out there. And so what we're trying to do is to develop a partnership between Eastside Rebuild and the Wenatchee Museum, because we have machines, they have a machine, and partner just to be able to do more things for more people. Well, this is the 3rd of 5 classes. We teach 5 4-hour classes from 10 to 2 on Saturdays. We do it for 4 hours so that you can really immerse in it. Each class builds upon the previous class, and so the expectation is that you would come to the first class and attend every class, and so far everybody has done that. 3D printing is a thing that's gaining a lot of traction in the manufacturing community. You can do things with 3D printing that you can't do with any other process. You can make parts with no tooling, so the cost is low. You can make one-of-a-kind type things or many things. You can customize it, you can personalize it. And so it's a really good thing to know, to be able to do stuff around your house. And it's also, in the industrial world, every manufacturing company in the world is doing something with 3D printing. If you take this class, what you'll learn is you'll gain an awareness for what the applications of 3D printing are. You'll understand the machines and the materials and the processes, and you'll gain actual hands-on experience designing and printing 3D parts. So I try to send somebody home with something they made every class, and really, get your hands into actually doing it. So it's a cool technology. It's a fun thing to know, and it's also a marketable skill. So it's a great class, and I just love doing this.
And the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is once again hosting a campaign to crown a canine king and queen who will appear in this year's Washington State Apple Blossom Festival's To Milk Growers Grand Parade on Saturday the 3rd. There's last year's royalty, King Gambit and Queen Ms. Murphy. They did their community proud. So, dog owners, if you live in either Chelan or Douglas County, you can nominate your furry friend on the Humane Society's website. You can do it now. It's $20 per entry before March 21st. Voting will take place March 31st through April 11th. It's $1 a vote. Of course, all of it goes to the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. And the royalty will be officially announced on April 17th. The winning king and queen will receive an official crowning ceremony on April 19th. And I understand we will be televising that crowning ceremony for the Canine King and Queen live right here on the NCWLIFE channel. I'm being told in my earpiece we are not going to be televising that live on April 19th. My bad. That's the news right now. There'll be more news as the day progresses. That's what we have a newsroom for, and luckily people who know what they're doing. Maybe we should apply that to the morning show. In any event, the evening news at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock on television, 5, 6, and 10 on the broadcast TV. If you consume your television without having cable or whatever the case may be, we got you up and running. You just log on to the internet and go. Our newscast will be posted on our homepage, NCWLIFE.com, on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, on our app, and you can download the app by popping the old QR right there. And if something you think is newsworthy, you send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. Games that counted and games that didn't count. Sports in a couple of minutes. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
Let Mary Maid's custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee help. Mary Maid's cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Mary Maids, let us help.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. Warm up with one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes, and make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
19 minutes after the hour, sports. Zach Bolduc scored twice. St. Louis Blues beat the Seattle Kraken to 7-2 last night. They do that a lot. The Blues have won 5 straight against the Kraken. Vince Dunn and Jaden Schwartz scored for the Kraken in the third period. Joey Decord made 16 saves, and they pulled him. He was replaced by Nicky Coco in the second period. Coco making his NHL debut last night. He was called up from the Coachella Valley Firebirds of the American Hockey League on Monday. Cactus League action. Louis Castillo pitched in a game for the first time since September 8th. and he picked up the win. An 11-5 blowout over the Dodgers in Cactus League play yesterday. Castillo, of course, missed the last couple of weeks of the regular season last year. He had a bad hamstring, but he's better now. The Mariners scored 4 runs in the second and another in the third with an RBI double by Julio Rodriguez and the first homer of the spring from Mitch Garver.
This one to the right center field gap. An aggressive swing by Rodriguez there. 1 run is in. Here comes another. And a 2-out, 2-run double for Julio Rodriguez. And the Mariners now lead it 4-1.
They like it much better the game when they're swinging the bat and making contact. They have just 1 strikeout. That was in the first inning against Snell.
2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Garver. In the air to right. It's carrying. Heading back after it is Rosario, and the ball is gone. Had just cleared the fence to the right of the 380 mark. Up onto the grassy berm, and Mitch Garver has a home run. It's now 5-1 Seattle.
This is a pitch that is out away from him, and a big sweeping swing. He's powerful.
Seattle will host the A's in Peoria at 12:10. Mariners.com, by the way, will have the broadcast there. Graham Eakey scored 24 points on 11 for 13 shooting. Gonzaga using the second half to pull away from Santa Clara. 95-76 win on the road last night. Boy, do they need that. Ryan Nembhard recorded the double-double for Gonzaga, who have won 6 of their last 7, but the Washington Huskies blown out by number 11 Wisconsin 88-62 in Madison to stay in last place in the Big Ten. Just one women's college basketball schedule on the schedule today. The Husky ladies are in Minnesota to take on the Golden Gophers. You can watch that on the Big Ten Network at 5 o'clock. The Washington State 1B boys state tournament got underway early. There's a lot of 1B schools, and so they have a preliminary round, and the 20th seeded Waterville Mansfield went on the road to take on Sunnyside Christian, and their season came to an end. Sunnyside Christian over the Shockers 59-36. So if you like prep basketball, if you love prep basketball and you want to watch a lot of it, you can pay for a single admission to Wenatchee High School for 2 games Friday or 5 games Saturday. Pretty good deal. On Myra Cooley Heartline, their boys team will take on Acosta in the 1B tournament. That's Friday at 6. That's followed by Okanagan and the LaSalle boys in the 2B tournament at 8 o'clock, and then wall-to-wall basketball. The Chelan boys start things off Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. They'll take on Tenino in the 1A tournament. That's followed by the Waterville Mansfield girls and PL in 1B play. Kashmir and La Center will face off at 2 o'clock in the boys 1A tournament. Next up is the Brewster and Mount Vernon Christian girls in the 2B tourney at 4. At 6, Liberty Bell and Mount Vernon Christian boys will wrap up the action at Wenatchee High School in the 2B tournament. Again, 1 admission, and you can watch all the basketball you can possibly handle. The Wenatchee Wild have closed the gap to reach the final playoff spot in the Western Hockey League thanks to a 5-point weekend. They beat Seattle and they beat Vancouver and they pushed Portland to overtime. So Wenatchee is just 2 points behind the Thunderbirds for the 8th and final playoff spot in the Western Conference of the Western Hockey League. Our good friend, broadcaster Austin Drade, on this show yesterday said it was nice to get Sean Rios back from his 6-game suspension.
He came back in a big way. He added a lot back to our power play. He added things back on Saturday down in Portland. Obviously, with 6 games off, it takes a little bit of time for that line to gel again and get things back. And I think that first period probably displayed that. But after the second period, he looked like his old self out on the ice. His teammates were finding him. He knew exactly where to go, what to do. Picking right back up again, and picked up the 2 goals on Sunday. Got some good shots and got some good help from his teammates to get those going.
The Wild have 2 road games and 1 home game sandwiched in between this weekend. Of course, the need is to get more points. That's the focus.
This is a big one. We've got the 2 road games, and they're going to be tough ones. Spokane with the game on Friday night. We'll get their top group again. We've talked about their top 2 draft picks, Berkeley Catton and Andrew Crystal. They've got the league goal-scoring leader in Shea Van Olm. They've got a high-powered team that we were able to really play physical against, get some power play success, and really shut down the last time we were out there. 30 seconds away from getting those 2 points out there, we still ended up with the 1. But this is a group that can beat a team like Everett or Spokane. And the road game against Vancouver, they've been a little bit down here of late, but When we went up there the last time, they got some great goaltending from Burke Hood, who we saw on Sunday afternoon. I'm sure we'll see him again because, by and large, he's done a great job for them this season. They've got some great rookies like Ryan Lynn on the blue line. So this Vancouver team's a tough team. We caught them on a night where they were coming off, I think, a little bit of a low with dropping a game to Kelowna. So it was a game that I think they would like to have back, and they'll get their opportunity on Sunday. We got to be ready to shut that down and get those 2 points that we need.
So Wenatchee begins the weekend on Friday. They'll be in Spokane, and they'll return home for Hockey Fights Cancer. That's Saturday night with the Tri-City Americans in town, and the Wild finish the weekend at Vancouver Sunday at 4. Go Wild. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 26 minutes after the hour. For you folks in Kuwait, I want to say hello and happy Liberation Day in Kuwait today. It's National Tell a Fairy Tale Day today. Not going to do that one, no. We've been eating this nut for as long as there have been human beings. It's National Pistachio Day. Today, there they are, the happy pistachios. In fact, pistachios are known as happy nuts in China, which is fine. Yeah, pistachios are actually even mentioned in the Old Testament. That's how far back they go. They think about 9,000 years, but basically humans were one of the first people to say, hey, I think I'll eat this. And we've been eating them ever since. Of course, pistachios have low calories, and that's good. The best thing about pistachios is you look at them, when they're ripened and they're ready to be eaten, their shells pop open. It says, hey, okay, I'm ready, come eat me. California is the leading producer of pistachios in this country. 550 million pounds of pistachios out of California every year. 88% of the world's pistachios are grown in the United States, Iran, and Turkey. Pistachio trees are once they get to full maturity, which is about between 7 and 10 years, they'll produce pistachios for like 70 or 80 years. That ain't bad. And of course, pistachios are good for you. Pop a couple of pistachios in your mouth because it's their day today, and it looks like they're happy to be eaten. It's 27 minutes after the hour. Today in history. Let's talk about the Babe first because, well, the Babe. The Yankees had a problem at the end of the 1934 season. Babe Ruth was, of course, the most popular and famous baseball player in the world, one of the most well-known athletes anywhere, but he was also 40 years old, and he could no longer play defense. He still had a great bat, but his productivity declined in 1933. He took a pay cut. It declined even further in 1934. He took another pay cut. He was talking about retiring. The Yankees didn't want him anymore, but he's Babe Ruth. What do you do? So the Yankees and the owner, Jacob Ruppert and Babe Ruth, and the owner of the Boston Braves got together and say, well, Babe wants to keep playing, but he's not going to play in New York. We'll figure something out. And 90 years ago today, Babe Ruth, 40 years old, is granted his unconditional release from the Yankees, and he signs a $20,000 contract to keep playing baseball with the Boston Braves. He probably was better off just retiring. He played for the Braves for a couple of months in 1935, and that was about it. It's all over for the Babe. For the most part, his relationship with the Yankees came to an end on this date 90 years ago today. Also on this date, I remember this, the 1993 World Trade Center bombing. You remember this? February 26, 1993, a van packed with a big bomb, a 1,336-pound bomb, nitrate and hydrogen, was parked in the parking garage beneath the North Tower of the World Trade Center. It exploded. The idea that the terrorists were trying to do was to blow up the North Tower to a point where it would fall into its twin, the South Tower, and both skyscrapers would come down. It failed to do so, of course, but it did kill 6 people, including a pregnant woman, caused over 1,000 injuries. 50,000 people had to be evacuated from the buildings that day. The North Tower, the smoke went all the way up, almost to the very top of it. Thick, black smoke up the stairwells and the elevator shafts. The 1993 World Trade Center bombing, 32 years ago today. It also planted a seed. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try something else. And 8 years later, they tried something else. What do you say we do some birthdays, shall we? Change a little Oh, let's do Napoleon. I forgot about Napoleon. Let's do Napoleon. Yep, there he is. See you, boys. I'm out of here, heading back to France. February 26, 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte escapes from exile on the island of Elba. His career was over. They sent him off to Elba. Elba is just right off the coast of Italy. They should have probably shipped him off someplace else. And there he was, Napoleon. He was separated from his wife and son. They were living in Austria at the time. They were supposed to give him a bunch of money. They cut off his allowance. And then the rumors starting to float that he was going to be banished to a much farther away island than Elba. So he got his boys together. He escaped Elba with 700 men on the brig Inconstant. They sailed the Mediterranean, landed on the French mainland 2 days later, and started heading north to reclaim his crown, which we all know didn't quite work. And then they sent him off to a much farther away island. See you, boys. I'm going to go see if I can get back to work. I was on this date in 1815. Now let's do some birthdays. Jackie Gleason, the great one. Born into abject poverty in the Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn, his father left the family high and dry, just walked out one day and never came home. He basically raised himself on the streets of Brooklyn and eventually become known as the great one, the great Jackie Gleason. Of course, the Honeymooners, the original 39, are still terribly entertaining. He got an Oscar nomination as a pool hustler in The Hustler. He was a pool hustler in real life. That's how he made some of his money when he was a teenager. And of course, Smokey and the Bandit, the legendary Jackie Gleason, born in the state 1916. And two Rock and Roll Hall of Famers no longer with us, a genuine American musical genius, the Fat Man, Fats Domino. The guy practically never cut a bad record. A great pianist, a great singer. If you're into some nice, good New Orleans boogie woogie, there's no other recipe than the Fat Man, one of the original inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. One of the first original 10. We miss Fats Domino, born in the state in 1928, and we miss Johnny Cash. He would have been 93 years old today. We lost Johnny Cash a number of years ago at the age of 71. The only man to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Country Music Hall of Fame, and the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. The man in black, Johnny Cash, born in the state in 1932. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors, and we're darn proud of that. Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. How's your HVAC system holding up? How's your filters doing? You know, I mean, when it gets cold and the heat's on, it never goes off. It's going through all of those filters. Have you had them checked, cleaned, or even had your ducts cleaned? Alpine Air, they take care of all that stuff. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. Going to take a break. Got an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. Then you're going to meet a senior from Wenatchee High School who is this year's Chelan County Fair Rodeo Queen. Her name is Georgia Davenport, and she's having a fundraiser along with a lot of other people on Saturday night. You're going to meet Georgia when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
This March, Lake Chelan welcomes food and wine lovers to an unforgettable experience. Taste Chelan. 16 of the Valley's top wineries and restaurants create the perfect pairing of fine wines and Epicurean delights. With 4 unique winery tracks and 5 weekends to explore, every visit offers something fresh and exciting. From your first sip to the last bite, every moment is a delicious adventure, so don't wait. Tickets are selling fast. Visit tastechelan.com today. It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The Special Olympics Washington Winter Games returns to the Wenatchee Valley for the 35th year, the weekend of February 28. 900 volunteers are needed to assist more than 1,200 participants and coaches throughout its 3-day run. From assisting on the slopes of Mission Ridge to keeping score of basketball games, no special skill is required. To volunteer, please visit the website on the screen.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Oh!
What do you think of that?
Pretty big, I like it.
Watch for new episodes of the Northwest Outdoorsman on the NCWLIFE channel, your local TV station.
Hey, this is Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I love my wife, Rosie. Yes, I do. But her obsession with the Mariners is driving me crazy. I mean, I'm trying to read a book. I'm doing work on the computer. Heaven help me. I'm trying to go to sleep. But she feels the need to update me on every pitch, every strike, every foul ball, every doggone thing that's happening that, frankly, I couldn't care less about. You know, my friends, my buddies, they understand that when God was handing out the sports gene, I stepped out for a beer. Rosie, so somehow equates a shared love of the Mariners as some sort of barometer for our relationship. Now she can disagree with me about Janis Joplin, appropriate toppings on pizza, or my obsession with cop shows, and none of this is any indication that she doesn't love me. But me telling her that I could care less if Julio got a hit or struck out, man, we don't even want to go there. Oh God, this is Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
Make your home your winter escape with Boswell's. Right now, save 10% on all qualifying recliners and ottomans, sofas, and home office chairs. Or save $400 on any motorized stressless power recliner. Plus, save $200 on 4 stressless dining chairs designed to follow your body's every movement. Shop Boswell's, 2915 Easy Street in Wenatchee.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. With professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Whatever you plan plans are on Saturday, March 1st, cancel them and buy tickets to go see this lovely young lady at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activities Center because it is the Rodeo Queen fundraiser. And you're going to have $25 worth of entertainment, and you get to meet this gal who is the Chelan County Fair Rodeo Queen, Georgia Davenport. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
For the uninitiated, and I'm one of them, Georgia is spelled Georja, and not the traditional thing like the Peach State. I've never met anybody whose name was Georgia that was spelled like that. It's a unique name.
It's funny because there's actually some other queens that are named Georgia that are spelled the exact same way, like 2 other queens.
You're going to be you are the queen. You were crowned. The competition was, when was the competition?
Last October.
Last October. Unlike, as we're used to, like Apple Blossom and stuff like that, the rule number 1 in all this stuff, because this is Chelan County Fair Rodeo, is you got to be able to ride a horse. So my guess is you're pretty good on a horse.
Right, yes.
How long have you been riding horses?
Since I was 2. Yeah, since I could walk pretty much. I grew up around horses. Both sides of my family had horses, so I grew up riding them, and I started taking lessons in Rock Island when I was in 1st grade, and then just went from there.
How many horses have you had? I mean, that you actually owned or are part of your family?
I have had 3 personal horses, and my family we have 5 horses.
So did you have your particular horse when you did the competition?
Yes.
And you had that sort of horse I mean, how do you know that you and the horse are on the same wavelength as you are going through their motions and all the skills that you as a good equestrian have to have in the judging process?
I've done competitions with him before, and I feed him every day, so we have the bond. So. Is
he happy when he sees you each day?
Yeah, he's happy for his food.
Did you know when you fell in love with riding horses as just a little girl that this was something that you were going to do one way or the other until you can no longer get up on a horse? Because you're going to, you can tell.
I didn't think I wanted to be a rodeo queen. I didn't really know about them until later on in life. But then when I found out about them and got more into rodeo, I knew that was something I wanted to do.
So the competition consists of, you have to do a lot of different things. There's like 6 or 7 different disciplines, but the most important thing, it was number 1 on the list, is horsemanship. You have to do different things with your horse in a judged environment. Tell me the disciplines of horseback riding during the judging process to become the queen. Talk about that.
There was a pattern that we had to memorize that we got judged on, and there was a flag run, so we had to go around the arena carrying a flag that we got judged on by the control of our horse and how we carried the flag. And there was also a portion where we had to do the queen wave running around the arena, and we got judged on that as well.
Did you know all of these disciplines in advance so you could practice? And my guess is you did, right?
Yes, I did practice. And I've had experience carrying flags before, so I wasn't nervous about it at all.
Did you excel in all of those disciplines that you just talked about, or did you have one that, gee, I didn't do so good, I hope they didn't notice?
No, I felt pretty confident in everything I did.
So was there a certain point during that, again, specifically the equestrian part of the judging process, that you knew, hey, I am doing pretty good? Did that happen?
Yeah, I'm a good rider, so I felt confident in what I was doing.
Well, since you've been riding since you were like 7, I can see that, or even younger than that. Did your horse have any idea what the heck was going on while you were doing all this stuff, or was it like just another day with Jordan? No,
he didn't really. He doesn't care. He was just like, oh, okay, whatever I ask him to do, he does.
Tell me about your horse. What's your horse's name?
His name's Buddy. He's a 16-hand sorrel quarter horse, and he's 19 years old. I got him a couple years ago from a lady in Ellensburg, and she did flags on him, and now I have him, and I've competed on him, and we do cattle sorting. And last year I was a part of a drill team called the Stardust Cowgirls out of Ephrata, and so we were in rodeos and did drill and carried flags, and I did sponsor flags for Moses Lake with him last year. So he's a pretty good, versatile, all-around horse.
Well, at 19 years old, it should, you know. And it sounds like it's like when you're not in the discipline with, I'm sorry, the buddy, what'd you say? Buddy. That buddy's basically just like a big dog.
Yeah, he is.
So talk about, we talked about the equestrian part of the competition, the judging process. What were the other disciplines that you had to do before the judges went backstage and said, you're it, Jordan? What were the other parts of the judging process?
So horsemanship was first, and then we went and got ready for speeches and personal interviews and impromptu questions and modeling. So we gave our speeches, we got asked questions, and then our parents got interviewed as well.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Because there is, like anything else, there's if you've committed to going through the process, you've committed to a significant amount of time to promote and talk about the Chelan County Fair and the Chelan County Rodeo specifically, right?
Right. Yeah.
Have you gone to the, I take it you go to the rodeo in the second weekend in September? Are you a regular participant in that?
Yes, I've been going there since I was a little kid with my family.
They've made some pretty nice improvements to the rodeo grounds, haven't they? The new lights and everything. It's a pretty cool place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice place.
So you're a senior at Wenatchee High School.
Yes.
What class are you missing right now?
I'm actually missing a class at the college.
Oh, okay. You're in Running Start?
Yeah, public speaking right now.
Okay, well, you're on television, public speaking, so I'm giving you an A. Jordan gets an A, and you need me to write a note to your instructor?
I emailed her. She said it was fine. She said, you better not be too late because you're giving a speech today.
Oh, great. How busy is your schedule? I mean, when I know they have an itinerary that's spelled out, and you work with the members of the fair board, and specifically Kristen. How does all that work? You have to be at this place at this time, and you have to bring your horse, or this place you don't have to bring your horse, because you're responsible for not only your own transportation, but you got to bring your horse around when your horse needs to come around.
Yeah. So a lot of the events I go to are coronations, which are other Queen's fundraisers, until rodeo season starts. So once rodeo season starts, I will start bringing my horse to most of the events I go to.
And how does Buddy do with those kinds of events?
Oh, he does good.
Does he?
Yeah. Yep.
Does he like to get away from the ranch and the farm and go out and ride different areas?
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking at first because there's a lot of new smells and it's a new place, so it takes him a little bit to get used to a new place, but he settles right in.
When you take Buddy out for a spin, so to speak, just for fun, what do you do? When you're not being judged, you're not in competition, you're not doing roping or flagging or doing any of that, so you're just out riding the horse and enjoy. What do you guys do?
My sister and I like to go on trail rides just out of Appalachia, so right below the Saddle Rock trailhead, or we'll trailer somewhere.
So if you're out and about, say on the Saddle Rock trailhead just above Appalachia, and I bump into you and Buddy, can I just approach the horse? I mean, I used to have horses, and I'm pretty good about that. And is he cool with strangers just walking up and saying what's going on?
Yeah, people have asked to pet him before, and he's fine with dogs, and yeah, he's a good boy.
Well, next time I'm up there, I'll bring a couple of apples and a carrot and all that stuff. Talk about Saturday at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. This is the primary reason why Georgia is here, because the stuff that she's wearing outside of the jacket, the stuff that she's wearing doesn't come free and it doesn't come cheap. So you're having a fundraiser on Saturday. Talk about that.
The fundraiser on Saturday is a dinner. It's my fundraiser for the entire year, so it'll help me go to rodeos and pay for hotels, pay for food, pay for shavings for my horse. It'll be a dinner, a live auction, and silent auction, and there will be some activities in the night too. Are
you bringing your horse?
No.
That'd be cool. Take the horse right into the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. I'd like that.
That would be cool.
Take it from somebody who's owned a horse, more than one horse. Horses are expensive. They're fantastic and they're wonderful, but owning a horse and taking care of a horse is not cheap, is it?
No, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
gasoline and the trailer and all that stuff. It costs. It could be a pretty big chunk of change.
Yeah.
Do you have like a side job to help offset the cost of taking care of your horse or horses?
My parents and grandparents play a really big role in helping me pay for the cost of horses, so I'm really grateful for that. And I don't really have to pay for much, so.
So I take it everybody in your family are horse people?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. What are you going to do after high school besides ride horses? What are your plans?
I'm going to finish my AA at the college, and then hopefully I'm going to go to UTI, which is Universal Technical Institution. They have a lot of locations throughout the U.S. I'm not sure where I'm going to go yet, but I think that is an option.
Taking Buddy with you?
No, probably not.
Well,
Maybe I'll take my dog with me.
If you went to a school that had equestrian facilities either on campus or close by, that would have to be a consideration, right?
Yeah, a lot of universities have rodeo teams, but the tech schools, like trade schools, they don't. So it kind of sucks, but I don't want to go to a four-year university, so.
I don't blame you. Just if you know what you're going to do, just jump into it and do it and get a head start on things. Well, a couple more questions for you. Again, we're talking to Georgia Davenport. She is the Chelan County Rodeo Queen, only the second one they've ever had. The ambassador program continues, but they do have this queen tradition. She's the second one ever. Competition in the world of equestrian, is that something you take very seriously, or is it something, I mean, do you like to compete with other girls in the discipline of horseback riding?
I'm a very competitive person, but not super competitive on my horse. But I just do it for fun.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Because that's what you should do. That's what you should do. Again, the Rodeo Queen fundraiser is this Saturday at the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. There'll be a dinner, a silent auction, and a live auction. I don't know what's for dinner, but it's $25. You're going to get $25 worth of entertainment. You buy a table of 6, it's $250. I don't think it's too late to donate items to either the silent auction or the live auction. Get a hold of me here at the Broadcast Metroplex, and I'll point you in the right direction. A couple more questions for you, Georgia, and I'll cut you loose so you have to get back to school. You're in all of the possible equestrian type clubs that you can think of, right? I mean, you're in you're in 4-H and FFA and all that stuff. I mean, you do all those things, all those organized clubs that we associate with equestrians.
I was in 4-H for a couple years, and I showed my horse at the Waterville Fair through FFA for a couple years, but I won't this year because I'll be busy with queening. So.
Well, congratulations! Good for you, because you got to be good at what you do, and you're good at what you do. Pop quiz: what are the 4-H's? In 4-H, what are the 4-H's? Health. I could never remember them either. I really don't.
I really don't know.
Yeah. It's a fine organization because somebody as good as Georgia Davenport was in it. Have fun, sell lots of tickets for Saturday night, and come back and see us sometime, all right?
Okay, thank
you.
Are
we going to see you at Apple Blossom at the Smoke Growers Grand Parade?
Yes, I will be there.
I'll wave to Buddy, all right?
Okay.
I'll bring him a carrot and an apple.
Sounds good.
Not a brand new apple, I'll eat that. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low price.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Remember when you could afford to have fun on two wheels without breaking the bank? Maybe you started on a Honda Z50 or a Trail 70 or one of the most popular Hondas of all time, the Trail 90. Well, Honda and Doghouse Motorsports are making fun affordable again. Introducing the Honda Monkey, the Dax, and the new updated Trail 125, all featuring fuel-injected four-stroke engines with electric start. The best part of all, they are affordably priced under $5,000. Whether you're just getting started or you want to get back at it, Doghouse Motorsports has you covered.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
All right, before we send you on your way with one more look at the weather forecast, if you'll indulge me in a little shop talk. We need to mention this because this Saturday, our cameras and Grant Olson will be at the W.B. Smith Gymnasium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College for our first ever broadcast of Wenatchee Bighorns basketball. Looking forward to that. They actually have two games this weekend, one on Saturday, their season opener against the Willamette Valley, and then Seattle comes to town on Sunday afternoon. And the Bighorns are going all out on this first game of the season. They're going to have food trucks there. They're going to have a beer garden there. They're going to have live music. They're basically going to turn it into a party. And as you're about ready to see, the weather is going to be real nice indeed. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. We'll take to the air about 6:45 with Grant Olson. Jamie Council, who handles the media relations for the Wenatchee Bighorns, will be doing some interviews as well. So if you can't make it to the gym, and we always encourage people to go to the game and support the local team, but if you can't make it on Saturday, but you still want to check out Bighorns basketball, our first ever Bighorns broadcast this Saturday, again, pregame at about 6:45. The tip-off is at 7 o'clock right here on the NCWLIFE channel. It'll also be streamed on our Facebook page and on our website, and I'm pretty sure our YouTube page as well. And again, they have a whole bunch of festivities planned leading up to tip-off, including, well, a beer garden. So there you go, and other things as well. So Bighorns basketball makes its debut on Saturday. We're going to be doing about 6 or 7, maybe even 8 home games throughout the season, which stretches all the way in to the middle of June. So we're looking forward to that. As far as the weather is concerned, quiet. We had all kinds of crazy weather for an extended period of time. February was cold, really cold, and wet with some significant snow in the mountain passes. And then we had all of that rain for about 3.5 days, had about 1/3 of an inch of rain, which is a lot for us. Lots of snow in the major mountain passes, and then we warmed up, and then we had the wind, although yesterday the wind event never really happened. Well, starting today and all the way through the middle of next week, pretty benign, pretty quiet. High pressure, large in charge, is actually centered over the Great Plains, and that's going to just kind of sit there and keep any kind of bad system coming on. So we catch a break, a much needed break from all the wild weather. Things are going to be sunny and nice temperatures. Both the overnight lows and the afternoon highs will be slightly above normal, and the days are getting considerably longer. Sunrise this morning was at 6:46, sunset tonight 5:42. That's 10 hours and 56 minutes of daylight. Each day we're gaining about 3 minutes and 20 seconds worth of daylight. That ain't bad at all, folks. And of course, that means the sun is spending more time in the sky, higher in the sky, warmer days, burning off that early morning fog quicker. There will be some fog issues in some locations, especially on the Columbia Basin and up in the Waterville Plateau. But outside of that, we're looking good. Let's take a look at the forecast one more time from the National Weather Service. Sunshine, bountiful sunshine. That 46-degree high, that's our target, is also exactly normal for this time of the year. We got to 51 yesterday, but it was also a warmer start to the day. It is 34 right now in the big city. Mostly cloudy tonight, 33 for the overnight low. It burns right off very quickly on Thursday. Lots of sunshine, high of 49. A few clouds Thursday night, 33 for the overnight low. Right back to sunshine Friday and a high of 51. Sunshine Saturday, high of 53. Sunday could see more clouds than sun as a weak shortwave disturbance passes through. Not going to last very long. We'll go right back to partly sunny skies on Monday and on Tuesday, and we'll see how long this sunny and nice weather is going to last. I like it. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.